Indeed recording this session. I record all of my classes and they actually get uploaded to a YouTube channel that I manage that will be part of the example that I use during this classroom space. I'm going to also go ahead and mute everyone in the class. I ask that out of respect of all of the participants in the class, everybody remains muted until the end of the session. I take all questions at the end. However, feel free to utilize the chat box and type anything that you would like in there. I will address all of those questions at the end as well, just in case you're worried about forgetting anything. The chat is always there. I do also remind everybody that given our current environment with the internet, sometimes there are some hiccups. If I do cut out, my fantastic SSA Genevieve is here and will hold you guys over for the usually no more than 1 to 2 minutes if there is any internet interruption. I'll be right back after that. I think that's it for housekeeping tips. For those of you that do not know who I am, my name is Anuj. I am the field marketing specialist here in Santa Cruz in Monterey County. And today we're talking about YouTube, a very fundamental 100 look at setting up your account. So I'm not going to go too much into a talk of content or things like that in regards to strategy, but what we're going to just do is get the basic functions and get the operations going so you guys can confidently get in and out and navigate and do what you need to do with this channel to bring it into your marketing plan and have it be a larger part of your marketing strategy. All that being said, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and let's get started. So the first thing you're going to see here, I'm going to go ahead and blow up, is the YouTube platform. Before I get into the actual account management space, what we're going to kind of cover is just a real quick layout. Anybody that logs onto YouTube will have a series of recommended videos. Quick technical terms are things like, tagging, cookies, tracking. Those are kind of things that I will say throughout the class, just in relation to how YouTube's programming is recommending stuff through its algorithm to users. That's kind of a quick synopsis of what's showing up here. Whether you're signed in or not, the internet is always kind of keeping tabs on what you're doing and is going to recommend stuff to your consumer. If you do sign in, you will be able to save videos that you like. You can thumbs up, thumbs down videos. You can comment on things and navigate in here much like a traditional social media space. But again, everything's kind of focused on a visual video representation. And what we're looking to do with this platform as agents is leverage it as a means of advertising both your brand and business, as well as showing off the knowledge base and your connection to the community in which you operate in. So that way, any prospective buyer or seller or anyone who's even just interested in the area that you operate in can follow you and become attached to your brand and get a real good idea of not only what your area is like and what is going on in the communities in which you conduct business, but a little bit of what you're like to work with from this curated personality that you're advertising, not just on a channel like YouTube, but through spaces like Instagram and Facebook as well. Like I said, this should be something that is a larger part of your marketing strategy with a grand goal of pointing everybody back to your website, which should be the hub of your business, because that is a point where not only community focused and business information is related, but there's a million ways to search and track what a consumer is doing on your site in regards to your business. And then there's also a dozen ways for them to sign up for mailing lists, for newsletters, for all kinds of things that can bring them into your sphere from your website. So again, strategy wise, this should be something that you bring into the fold and make a part of your marketing strategy, not just something that you tag on and try and run with. There really is nothing that you just tag on to your marketing and run with. Everything should be thought about, and that's what we want to do here. So when you're creating your actual account, anybody that has a Gmail account has a YouTube account. Google owns YouTube, and it's one of the ways that they create a larger networking space and leverage a lot of the stuff going on online with their web crawlers to really impact their social media searches. It's part of why Google's the strongest social media space out there, is they leverage big things like YouTube and website hosts, they host websites to be able to leverage stuff to add to their social network, meaning it is an important space for you to be, and an important space for you to make sure content is consistently being posted, just like it would be on a platform like Facebook or Instagram. And it doesn't mean that all the stuff has to be different. You can double up videos across all of these platforms to make sure that you're getting as much traction as possible for any given thing, like a virtual tour. So I digress, but anybody that has a Gmail has a YouTube account. Now, the difference between a standard account and a brand account that you can create with a Google account for YouTube is that a brand account will allow for a few more management options for your channel. So for example, I have a channel built off of a traditional Gmail account, and that's the YouTube channel that we'll be using in my example. It's a standard account, so I am the only one that can access it, and the name of the YouTube channel is the name of the Gmail account, which is my name. So the YouTube channel name is Anuj Chaudhary. If I wanted to change that and have a little bit more control, I'm going to go ahead and blow this up real quick. What Google does allow is you can create a brand account. And what that does is, it gives additional users access to the YouTube channel, meaning if you're a part of a team or you have a marketing individual as a part of your business plan or whatever the case may be, if you ever anticipate needing other people to be able to access, manipulate, upload, delete, whatever the case may be, things from this YouTube channel, this is how you will be able to delegate access to other individuals, so you don't have to constantly hand out your email and password for this channel. And the other big advantage, you can create a brand account and create a channel that has a name different from your name. So for example, like I said, my YouTube channel is just called Anuj Chaudhary. But if I wanted it to be Coldwell Banker, Santa Cruz, and Monterey classes, I would need to have a brand account managing that channel. And then I can create and rename that YouTube channel to whatever I would like it to be. Now, if you already have a YouTube account that has stuff uploaded on it, you don't have to lose all of that when you create a new brand account. The brand account is only for managing a YouTube channel. So you can assign your current personal YouTube page. Like if I wanted to reassign mine, I could create a brand account by going, create an account. I'm going to zoom in here just to make this a little bit bigger and easier to see. So let's say I want to create a new account. Instead of creating an account for myself, which is what my current Gmail and current YouTube is, I would create one to manage my business. And again, I can put my name here and have whatever email I want to create. And all this email account will be used for is managing that YouTube channel. So you don't have to think in a grander scheme how this is going to fit into your brand, nor does the information like this Gmail account have to be client facing, because there's a spot when we get into editing the YouTube channel where you can choose what the contact me information is. And that obviously would be my CB NorCal email. So again, all this is creating an account that will allow brand management of that YouTube channel, meaning you can delegate access to other users, or, and most importantly, change the channel name to something other than just your name, and ideally something that is your brand's name or your business's name, so you can again make something that is more consistent and in line with things like your Instagram, Facebook, and website. Moving on, I am going to go ahead and sign into my channel now, and we can see what this starts to look like from the back end of a user. So I am logging in. And here we are. Like I said, dashboard is where all users are going to land first. And you're going to hit videos that are, again, being fed by the algorithm based off of what you use, what you look at, what you like, etc. Next is the subscriptions panel down here. This is something that wasn't there last time. This is stuff, obviously, that I'm subscribed to. There are other platforms from YouTube and subcategories. Again, all consumers can access that information here. And the stuff we really want to pay attention to are the home, trending, and subscription buttons. These are going to be, obviously, home is home. Trending will take you to immediately to a page that shows you what's trending on YouTube. Again, more for a consumer note. And then subscriptions are things that you are subscribed to and following. Your library is going to be videos that you have uploaded. History is things that you have watched. Your videos are, again, your videos and a preview of your channel. And you've got your playlists broken down underneath there. I'm going to go ahead and hit view my channel so you guys can see it as a consumer. I'm also, I think I heard a little noise. I'm just going to hop back in here and make sure that everybody is indeed muted. Again, just for the courtesy of everybody in the class, just makes it easier if there's no extra noise. Questions, again, are at the end. Feel free to type them in the chat. But YouTube channel. Now, this is how a consumer is going to see it. First things you always want to think of, just like with your website and with your Instagram and Facebook, does this look good for any user that hits it? My consumer are Coldwell Banker agents. So I've made sure my page is easy to get to the things that they need. I have a playlist for classes that I teach, and then I've got the regular uploaded videos. The layout of every page is generally the same. You've got your banner image that you can upload here. This is, again, opportunity to leverage your own brand and your individual business identity to be a larger part of a consistent marketing plan that's going across all your social media channels. And all of these hot links can be added in the editing panel. We'll put a pin in that. I'll go into where you can do that in a sec. But more importantly, these are things, again, like your website that should be easy to link to. And much like I talked about with the YouTube channel, this should be something that's a part of your marketing strategy. So only have things linked here that you are regularly updating as a part of your marketing strategy. It's the same thing you hear any of my colleagues, or if you took my website class, talk about in regards to building your website. Don't share things or advertise things that you are not regularly updating. It's something that is incredibly harmful to your brand. Sorry, the garbage is being picked up. I'm gonna close my window real quick, just in case you guys can hear that. Moving on, you've got your channel name, list of subscribers, headshot. Always have your headshot. Utilize your brand up here. Users obviously won't see these two buttons. Those are for you. And what we're going to do is just kind of quickly look at these tabs right here. You've got videos, which will list everything that you have uploaded to your channel that is public. You can also make videos unlisted or private. We'll go over those in a sec. It just means they won't show up on the face here. We've also got a playlist, which will show you everything that you've created. Channels, which are additional channels that you are following, that you are featuring. I've got a couple linked there, and you can edit these on the homepage. This, on a real base level, is kind of like what linking up on LinkedIn does for you in regards to the platform and connecting you with other users, but on a real surface level. There isn't any real hard push in regards to information being shared between people being connected or algorithmic bonuses that happen. The only real thing that does happen, there's a small algorithmic push to help you relate to other channels if you feature similar types of channels. So obviously I am featuring the company page, and then just for examples purposes, another agent of mine that has a really strong YouTube presence. The discussion panel that I've ended up on here will allow you to type in comments and post things kind of like a wall on your Facebook page. This becomes super handy for things like if you were having a Facebook Live event where you were touring an open house. You could post the link here to make sure that the audience here is aware of it, just like you should do the same thing on your Instagram channel and say, hey, the link is in my bio. Go register for the live event. It will be happening Friday at 1 p.m. And then during that live event, it gives you the opportunity to leverage all of those channels and remind everybody that, hey, thanks for tuning into this live event. I'll be here for a couple of hours. Feel free to drop in, ask questions about the property. A condensed version of this video will be edited and posted to my YouTube channel as well as my social media channels about a week after this tour. But a version of that edited video will be blasted to my sphere in an email in 24 hours. If you're not on my mailing list, go to my website to sign up, or you can follow me on blah, blah, blah channels. Now we've added 3 great call to actions into your live event that can be promoted across all of your channels and then re-leveraged across all of your channels. So again, broader discussion on how you can utilize all of these spaces as a larger piece of your marketing. Make sure there's a bigger picture in mind is the nail I keep trying to drive in. And the about page, very self-explanatory. This should have your description, all of the details, again, for business inquiries. You can make that your primary business email. So again, that brand account that you're using to manage the page doesn't have to be client facing. And the links, much like they are right here, will show up right here. Now let's quickly talk about editing this client facing stuff, all done by clicking this customize channel button. So the first thing, because we're on the about page, is going to bring us to edit the about page. Description. This, all you have to do to edit any of these sections is click on the little pencil. You will see when you highlight a section as you hover over it and it goes gray. Clicking on the pencil will bring up the area for you to edit. Your bio should be consistent here, just like it is across all platforms. This is a great time to leverage, again, taking care of what your bio says about you and your brand. Design Concierge is a part of our team that writes bios. One of the things they're very conscious of when they're writing those bios are things like keywords that are picked up by web crawlers, and those web crawlers are how things are captured and leveraged for search engine optimizers to have you appear on things like Google, Yahoo, and Bing searches. So again, the more places your bio appears on consistently updated, I should say, the more consistently updated channels that your bio appears on with the appropriate keywords will allow you to better leverage a stronger SEO strategy to make sure that your website and your YouTube channel and your Instagram and etc. is all one of the first things that comes up when not only someone types in your name, but is also searching for things like homes for sale in Santa Cruz or things to do in Santa Cruz and, etc. Obviously, this is a big long-term strategy. Don't assume this stuff happens overnight. I'm not trying to give that impression at all. But through a consistent marketing approach over the course of 6 to 36 months, you will see a strong growth in your presence, because obviously when you type in your name right now, one of the first things, if not the first thing that will come up, is your profile on ColdwellBankerHomes.com, because Coldwell Banker does a lot of organic SEO marketing through all of the channels it has, and therefore your name is going to associate immediately with that. A strategy like this and having a consistent approach across all of those channels will make sure that these other things like your YouTube are also being populated on that list immediately under that Coldwell Banker page. Getting off my soapbox about the importance of a bio. Once it's done, obviously click on done and you can move on to the next section. Business inquiries, self-explanatory, put the appropriate email in here, hit done. And links. This will work a lot like the link space on the InTouch website editor, for example. However, you are limited to 5 here, and they can be whatever you like. When you add a new one, you will see, you're limited to 5 on the overlay, but you can add as many as you would like. Obviously, don't add more than 5 because then one of them would constantly be left out and rotating. But whatever you put here, have the link for right next to it, and then that text that you're typing in is what will show when you hover over it. So obviously website is website, LinkedIn, Instagram. Once you're done, hit save. If you want to remove anything, click on the trash can and it's gone. The discussion board, you can also edit from this back end. It will allow you, I don't have anything on here, but you can delete comments on the discussion board if you would like, or you can add new public comments. You can see what your subscriptions are. You can view your playlists from this back end here, but you will edit them in the YouTube studio. We will get to that in just a moment. The same for your video. So I'm going to jump back to the homepage and take a look at this. So as we were talking, right, I've got my uploads and I've got my playlists. Both of these features can be added by the add a section. Think of this like a real simple website editor. You can choose to add new content. You can choose from the list of pre-selected materials like recent posts, upcoming videos, posted videos, popular uploads, saved playlists, etc. If you want it to lay out horizontal, it will look like my upload section. If you want it to lay out vertical, it will look like these playlists right here. Clicking on edit will allow you to edit a section that already exists. You can delete it if you would like. I'm not going to delete it. I'm not going to add this new section, so I will hit cancel. And you can also, something important is you should have a featured video. This is an ideal space to have a welcome video, something that talks about you, your brand, your community, whatever that case may be. I want to stress right here that the quality bar shouldn't be something that you guys overthink in regards to, how do these videos look? I think people get too caught up in that. And what you really should think about is what your consumer wants. And that's information. I think one of the best quotes I have from one of my more successful agents and proactive agents on online is she says that your audience doesn't necessarily show up caring about what you look like or the production value, but what they do care about is authentic, honest, and relevant information, not only about the homes that you're talking about, but the community in which they live in. So keep that in mind when you're putting all of this stuff together. I don't have my welcome video just finished yet, but if I wanted, I could choose to have my most recent upload show up there by selecting that video and hitting save. This video I just uploaded today. I could have a headline. I could choose whatever I'd like. If I hit save, it will pop up right here and play when my consumers hit my channel right away. If I hit cancel, obviously that won't save. Or I can hit done and have it set. Now you can also have two separate things. I can have one, as you can see, for returning subscribers. So if any of the 31 people that have subscribed to my channel, all of which are probably Coldwell Banker agents, I could have them see this video, which is my most recent one that I uploaded this morning. But for new visitors, I could have a channel trailer, which, as this says, can tell unsubscribed users what my channel is about. Keep it snappy, try to make it a minute or less, and talk about the best practices that you go through in your business, a little bit about who you are, and I like to say give them a slice of life about our area and why it's the best. For my example, it's the California coast. What else do I have to say? Moving on. Let's say you've got everything set. Oh yeah, before I move on, sorry. Featured channels. Anything that you do want to feature, really quick, if you do want, you can also remove the module entirely if you'd like. But obviously, if you edit module, you would just paste the YouTube channel link that you would like to share. So for example, if it was the Coldwell Banker channel, I would just copy that channel link and paste it in there, and it will allow me to share that on my channel. Let's go back here. And if I hit customize channel, we can edit, oops, not remove. No, I removed them, but you can add a channel by copy, paste, add. It's already there, and we hit done. Boom, there we go. So we've talked about a little bit of the setup. Again, everything should be consumer friendly, right? What do we do to make it easy for them, and what do we do to make it easy to get to everything? One of the biggest go-tos I talk about, and what I'm going to use in my example for stuff that you can do to get stuff on your channel right away, is anybody that's purchased a listing concierge package already has listing videos that they can use. Your television ads are a great thing that not only will add traction to your YouTube channel and help strongly with your SEO, but again, is a great wow factor for potential consumers to come and land on your page to find out about. And again, it's a way to show your previous business and not just tell people, because people hear with their eyes, and anything that you can show them is going to stick 100 times more than stuff that you're just telling them or asking them to read. Going into, I'm going to hit on my icon right here. Well, actually, we're in the editor. I'm going to go back to out of the editor so we can go into the YouTube studio and just kind of talk about the back end real quick before I go into uploading a video and all the nuts and bolts that you can do there. Channel dashboard, much like any dashboard on any program, is a snapshot of analytics for the greater thing. Obviously, you've got a little news thing and some updates from YouTube themselves, but the stuff you're mostly going to focus on is things like your latest video performance, any kind of channel analytics, YouTube known issues that are being fixed, and any recent subscribers. Channel analytics, much like any analytics, are important. Why? Because all of this stuff, as I've talked about, is for your consumer. If your consumers aren't tuning in, then you obviously can see that on your channel analytics and then make appropriate changes to see what we can do to find stuff that sticks with them. These get broken down not just on a channel level, but on an individual video level as well. We're going to go into all of that in more detail in just a second. Going into the kind of nuts and bolts of the editor, let's go, or the studio, let's go ahead and upload a video. So I'm going to first off go into my playlist and just delete one of these because we can show how to create a playlist all in the same time while we are uploading this new listing video. I'm going to go ahead and delete that playlist. And let's say I want to upload my first listing video to my channel. We're going to go ahead and go into CB Desk, obviously, go into Listing Concierge. I am not an agent, but I've got one of my agents, Willie Eagleton, was kind enough to let me use him as an example. We're going to go ahead and manage the order for the listing I want to grab that video of, and we're going right to television and video. Now, if this has happened fairly recently, I believe you should be able to email your coordinator to get the downloaded video sent right to you. Or an easy thing you can do, and I give you the link to everything that you need in the recap that I send out. You can go to this website, and that will allow you to download this video right out of your back end. So you can grab this URL, and we're going to copy. And just to show you what this is, obviously, this is what ran in our network on Fox 35. Your Listing Concierge commercial. And right now it's doing all of this great work and getting all these great views and SEO boosts and driving all of the traffic back to ColdwellBankerHomes.com and the At Home in Northern California page. But we want to do that for you instead. So we're going to, again, you can grab the link, which is just the share link, and we hit copy. And we're going to go right into this YouTube downloader that I, again, will send in my recap. We paste that link right in there, and you'll immediately see a bunch of different options to download. We're going to grab the one at the top, which is our highest resolution one. Going to click download, and as you can see, the file will be prepped for download. Once that bar turns completely green, you will see another button that says download right up here. We click on that, and that will, in my case, it downloads right to my download folder. It'll be wherever the downloads in your computer are headed. For most consumers, that will be your downloads folder. So now I've got this video saved. I know it's saved as the address name, 125 32nd Avenue. I can see that right down here. I'm going to go ahead and close this window because I no longer need it. And we're back on my YouTube platform. So I want to upload that video. There's two things you can do. The easiest way is to hit this little button right here, create. Actually, there's one thing you do. You hit this button to say create. I was going to say there's two things because you can also do it from your channel, but you do the same exact thing. Is you hit this button. You can go live or you can upload a video. Obviously, we want to upload a video. So I'm going to hit that button. We will see an uploader pop up in just a moment. Now, there's two things you can do. You can drag and drop the file by going to right wherever that item is located and grabbing a file and dragging it in. Or you can do it the old-fashioned way by hitting select files. And same thing, I'm going to go right to where it's located, which is in my downloads. I know the folder was called 125 32nd, or the file, sorry, was called 125 32nd Avenue. I'm going to click on it and blast off. Just like that, it is uploading. Now is where we can edit the actual information for the video. I'm going to take out this coldwellbankerhomes.com. I've got the description right here. Or sorry, I've got the title, which is going to be the address. The description, I've already got a handy dandy description right here in my listing details in Listing Concierge. So I'm going to go right in here to my marketing copy. I'm going to grab this. And we're going to go ahead and go back to YouTube. Oops, not print, sorry. And we are going to paste. Oops, my apologies. I appear to have already uploaded this video. I am going to go ahead and delete it so I can continue with my example. The one fun perk about teaching a class multiple times is sometimes that happens. I am just going to go ahead and boop, delete. And let's go ahead and upload that video again. We go ahead, create, upload videos. We're going to select my file and blast off. It is uploading. So like I just said, we've got our video name, which is just going to be the address. I don't need that coldwellbankerhomes.com there. My description, I can paste right from my Listing Concierge, and make sure you do the smart thing and front load my visit my website for the latest market news, whatever you want to type. Website. So like for me, my website is, you guys should have obviously a agent.com or whatever the case may be, .com, right? Have your website there, front load that, then have the great and handy text that goes with the rest of it. You've got 5,000 characters to play with. Shouldn't have to worry much about going too far over that. Now, video link is already made available, so you can copy this, paste it wherever you need to go. For those of you that are in my region, you guys, for example, got a video this morning attached in a InTouch email that I sent out with everybody that talked about my classes for the week. This is where I obviously upload my videos to YouTube, and then I grab this link and go right to my InTouch editor and drop those in my insert a video section. Just like that, I'm all ready to go. Same kind of thought process, right? If you need to share this video right now, it is good to go. Obviously, processing will take time, so the quality may vary. You need to give it time to finish entirely uploading and processing, but you guys get the idea. Thumbnail, you have a few options that are selected from the video itself, or you can upload a custom thumbnail by uploading your own image into the system. Now, I do believe you have to, if you hit the learn more, you can get some handy dandy kind of guides to creating a custom YouTube thumbnail. But this really is a keep it simple situation. If you've got any personal branding, any business opportunity branding that you can utilize, put it here. Everything should be focused about your brand and your business. And, you know, these are commercials for listings. So keep all that in mind, right? Everything we're doing, we want to make sure focuses on you and your business. Playlists. You can choose to add this to a playlist right now. I obviously deleted that one that I had so I could create a new one for you right here, because obviously this video won't be a Coldwell Banker Classes one. I can go ahead and hit new playlist. I'm going to call this television ads. I want to make it public, just like any videos. Obviously, you can create a private or unlisted setting. I'll go over what all of those mean exactly in just a second, but we want this to be public. It's going to be called television ads. I hit create. Just like that, the new playlist is created, and then I check the box, done. Video is on a brand new playlist. It's really all that simple. Going to hit no. The video is not made for kids, because if you do hit yes, all that will do is tag the video for the YouTube Kids algorithm and will channel it to a different viewer algorithmically, which does you no good because children don't buy houses. Next will allow you to add elements to the video like cards or end screened tags. So for anybody that follows any YouTuber or things like that, you could have these little kind of tags added to the end of your video. So at the end of your video, if you'd like to say, hey, thank you for watching, if you'd like more information about my community or the business that I have, feel free to subscribe to my channel or follow my website. If you'd like to see my most recent home showing, go ahead and click here and you can have the box show up as you see right here to link to that specific video. And if you'd like to see a little bit about who I am, click here and you can have an about me video, whatever you would like. Or you can have it linked to your website. You could have it linked to whatever. Get opportunity to leverage more branding and make your marketing, what I like to say, cyclical, meaning it drives consumers back to other channels of yours, again, with the ultimate goal of focusing them back to your website where there's 1,000,001 ways to sign up for something from you. I am going to go ahead and discard my changes because I'm not doing anything there. Once you finish those, you hit next. And the final section is visibility. Private will be a video only you and people you choose, meaning people that have this access to the channel can see. It is different from an unlisted video. A private video is if I have a brand account and I have assigned Genevieve access to my brand account and I uploaded a private video, Genevieve would only be the only other person that could see that video. So if it's something we're editing and we haven't finished it yet, that would be a situation where we would do that. An unlisted video is something where anyone who has this link right here can see the video, but it doesn't show up on my channel. So like the video that's in the email I sent out this morning is an unlisted video. It doesn't show up on my channel, but it is obviously there and viewable by anybody that received my email or gets the link to the video emailed to them from me or from somebody else. And public is what we're setting this to, is it will show up on your channel and be live for anybody to view. You can also schedule your videos to make them public. And again, talking about my example of, let's say we were doing a Facebook Live open house, and I was telling everybody during that open house that next week I will be posting the condensed version of this tour with some of the best questions that I got asked onto my YouTube channel and my Instagram channel. Those will be there on the 29th at 2:30 p.m. And just like that, I have scheduled a premiere. And we can always remind people that you can have access to the tour right away the next day if you were on my mailing list. So be sure to go to my website and sign up to my sphere. We hit that, just like that. It will show a countdown to the date. A public premiere will be created, and you can advertise this and get a little extra leverage out of it outside of just going public with it right away. Once you hit publish, that is it. The video will finish its processing if it has anything else to do, or it'll be ready for you to share and send right out of some right to some various platforms from here, or you can again copy the video link if you need to and get going. I am going to now take this opportunity to dive into the rest of the YouTube studio. So we looked at that dashboard a moment ago. The section right underneath that, videos. I came in here to delete a video by clicking on these little check bars. Obviously, you can select videos, and as you can see, you can select multiple videos. You can tag multiple videos. You can change their visibility. If I wanted to make multiple videos unlisted, I could delete multiple videos. I could add them to playlists, kind of what you'd expect that you'd be able to do. Visibility is this bar right here. Public, unlisted, gives you that breakdown. Restrictions are going to be anything that has been tagged by YouTube, or if you put up a video made for kids, you'll see that. If, for example, you've been tagged, I think I've got one that says copyright infringement because I had some music in the background while I was talking. If you see that, all that means is you cannot monetize the video. Fairly seldom will you see the copyright owner pull the video down or remove the audio entirely. That's basically if you're just blatantly using a piece of music without any kind of, narration over it or something like that. If you're just sharing music, they're going to do that. Otherwise, if it's something edited for the background of your video, you should be fine. You guys aren't using this platform to make money advertising anyway. So I'm going to bypass the rest of that discussion. Date. Videos are default sorted, as you can see, with that little down arrow by their upload date. It is the date these videos were published. Views is a view counter. Comment is a comment counter. Likes versus dislikes is that last column right there. As I have constantly hovered over videos, you can see there's a ton of stuff that pops up right over them. So I'm going to pick one and let's look at it. Obviously, the pencil will take you to a video's details. Here is where you can edit things like the title, the description, the thumbnail, grab the link if you would like for the video. You can add tags to the video, which will again help in regards to web crawler searches. You can change the status of the videos. You can add them to a playlist. You can add end screens or cards. You can also view individual analytics for a specific video. Overview, again, giving you watch time and any additional subscribers that you get from that specific video. This top bar right here is the time frame in which you are looking at those analytics. Default is from date published. And as we can see, you've got a nice readout where any specific point you can get onto the graph and get a detailed number for. Retention gives you the average view duration of the video, real-time activity, and likes versus dislikes. And again, these are things like engagement numbers, reach, and audience numbers for this specific video. The editor, this is a real simple video editor provided by YouTube that will allow you to come in, trim videos, add sound effects, elements like title cards, subscribe buttons, channel buttons, or even add music to a video that you are posting. Think of this as a real basic editor. Now, I do believe that things like iMovie or Movie Maker, there's lots of programs that are free that will probably get you a little bit more mileage, but for the absolute minimums of just trimming a video down, maybe adding some music to it, or blurring some sections of a video or adding sound effects, this is where you can do all of that. The timeline, obviously the top row is your video. You've got a timestamp running along the top. You can add sound effects. I will show you by hitting audio, will take you right to the YouTube audio section. At the very top of your screen. Oop, my video just started playing. This will allow you to choose audio from the public domain library. Now I'm going to put a pin in this. I'll get back to it in just a second because there's an easier way to access everything, and you can already have them saved and have an idea of what you are going to use. Or as I said, you can click on that, come right in here and search a specific track and click add to video. Adding a track to the video will add the track down here, where then you could click on a specific section and manipulate it. That's about it. Other than that, you can add, things like title cards, you can add templates, or you can blur a section of the video if you would like to blur faces or blur a custom area by using the editing tool. Like I said, there isn't a lot you can do in here, and it's a little cumbersome, mostly for the basic things. I just want to talk about it because it does exist. I, for example, am teaching a class on Wednesday about editing in Adobe Premiere Pro. That is obviously something that is a lot more advanced. But like I said, some of my colleagues are doing things on iMovie. That is a very simple program that you can use. And there's all kinds of other free software like Corel Video Suite and things like that that you guys can use that will do a lot of great things for you. I am going to go ahead and get back out of our video editor because I do not need anything from here. And let's go to the next section, which are comments. You can view comments for a specific video if there are any here, and then you can respond to them. Just like Instagram or Facebook, engagement is key. If someone takes the time to say something about your video, say something back. Subtitles. I'm gonna quickly jump in here too. Uber important. The hearing impaired and deaf are a community that is severely undermarketed to, and this system is built to make it easy. If you are taking the time to practice your diction and your pronunciation and your timbre to make sure that your voice is clear and concise, things like the English automatic system for the caption generator will work really, really well. So as you can see, I went up there and hit edit captions. This will allow you to come in here and view the captions that were automatically generated for your video from the YouTube system by listening to you speak. If it misheard anything, you can jump to that specific section down here and make any changes. We just got a little bit of a delay, sorry. Go ahead and hit edit. It's a little bit of a lag because internet, but as you can see, you've got the whole timestamp running right here. I can pick a specific section. If it doesn't sound like that's what I said, I can add here. Once you are done editing, you would publish the edits, and now there is a running transcript and subtitles for your video. Again, big advantage is you've got an entire community now that has access to the video and can keep up with everything that you are talking about and the valuable information you're trying to relay to your consumer. Or you also make the video accessible to people that may stumble across your video and are interested, but are in a place where they may not be able to hear it, like on a bus or in a public space or waiting in line for something like that. You can still capture that viewer and make sure they hear the message that you are trying to deliver to your consumer by reading it with the video. And that way, because it's a big ask to try and get that consumer to come back at a later date and rewatch that video because they were interested before. And YouTube is a rabbit hole that people can get lost in. So again, in regards to making sure you can capture and retain that viewer right now, captions are a must. Go in there and make sure you do that, and YouTube makes it simple for you. You can also add different languages if you can type and can speak and are fluent in different languages to, again, what is the big advantage of the internet? You guys have heard me talk about it. You've heard my colleagues talk about it, especially in regards to virtual open houses and tours, is you're no longer dependent on the 20 people that are in the neighborhood that want to come see the house. You can hit a global audience. All of these videos and all of the information and me trying to sell the California coast, for example, which is one of the most desirable locations on the planet, I can make sure I reach a global audience. And again, make sure that they can hear me and read what I am trying to communicate easily. So subtitles, important. Let's go back. Hitting that button takes us back out of that editor. That is everything you can do in the details section. And that obviously covered analytics. It covered comments. You can also view the video on YouTube, self-explanatory. Will take us right to that video I uploaded so we can see it. This is how your consumer will see. Going back, clicking on these three dots will give us some more options. You can get a shareable link. Clicking on that will copy the link right to your system, so you can then go paste it to someone. You can promote the video with paid promotion stuff. I'm not going to tell you to spend money here, so I'm not going to talk about it. You can also download the video if you need to save it just in case it's gone, or you can delete it forever, which is what I usually do during the class, but I must have forgotten in the last one, so I can re-upload it again for my next class. You can got to check that box. Remember, this can't be undone. You hit delete forever, and just like that, it is gone. I can go back to manage my playlists, because obviously I just deleted the video that was on this one, and we can edit that playlist. I could make it private if I wanted it to be private. I can make it unlisted, or again, I can delete forever, and it will be gone. Let's go back into that YouTube Studio real quick. We talked about individual video analytics. Obviously, there is the channel analytics at the large. These, again, are just as important as the individual analytics. If you're noticing a drop-off, then you can go to each individual video and start to see what videos are reaching my consumers. What are they watching? What are they interested in? And give them more of that. And then that way, when you have business and other material related to the brand that we need to promote, we know that there is an audience that is actively viewing the channel that will get that message. Comments, self-explanatory. You can come in here. I have, as you noted, as you guys noticed, I started zooming in because I got a comment about things being too small. Subtitles, manage the videos that have subtitles. Monetization, we're not going to talk about because it doesn't do you any good. Audio library is the last thing we're going to hit. This is where you can not only look at, and as you can see, is something that is updated regularly. All of this music is free for your project. It is what is called public domain, part of YouTube's Creative Commons copyright program. So it's not exactly public domain, but for all intents and purposes, it is. We would always recommend you give the composer credit somewhere in the description of your video, but you can always preview anything by playing it, and you can download it right to your computer just like that. You can search, you've got moods, genres, instruments, duration, all kinds of great stuff, as well as a ton of libraries of free sound effects that you can access as well. Again, to start raising the bar on that presentation, if that's the space you want to get into. And that is it, guys. That is everything that you can do on a 100 level for your YouTube platform. This should be something that, as I said 1,000 times, is a larger part of your marketing strategy, focusing everything on getting information to your consumer that is relevant to them and continues to promote your brand and business, and will drive everybody back to your main channel where they can be continually reminded about what you do, who you are, and the newest opportunities that are made available. I will indeed send this recording out to everybody that registered for the class, as well as in the recap is a nice little breakdown of a lot of the stuff I went over, including a guide that will talk about this banner image, because you can upload a photo to it, and as you will see when you choose one, you will have various layouts that are made available for it. So you want to make sure that the image looks good on the desktop, TV, and mobile versions of the app. And just like with music or content or photography, like anything, anywhere online, this is a photograph I took. Be sure you are using things that you have either purchase the copyrights to or inherently own the copyrights to, because that is a legal kerfuffle you do not want to get into. All right, guys, that is the class. I am going to go ahead, stop talking and sharing my screen, and open up the floor for questions. I will also check the chat, but feel free to unmute yourself and hop on and let me know if there's anything that you would like to ask. Let's go ahead into the chat here. I've got one. Can you transfer previously recorded videos from your personal account to your business account? Yes, because it's not necessarily transferring the videos. What you are doing is you would create that brand account and then transfer management of the YouTube channel itself from your current channel to that new brand account. So in essence, it's changing the back end ownership of the channel, and that allows you to change things like the channel name and then who gets to have access to the channel. But the actual content remains locked on the channel itself. So things like views, subscribers, all that stuff doesn't get lost. Is there a step-by-step on how to put the business card info on the video? So yes and no. I mean, there's lots of it's not hard to do in regards to tagging stuff to the end of that video to make clickable. Not even the hard part, I should say, the prep part that you should have had done prior to deciding to add the business card info to a video is having some kind of a bumper is what we would call it, or a title card already made that you are using for these videos. And, you know, again, depending on where you are in the branding process for your business, I'm a big fan of having, you know, one type of title card for community related videos, one type of title card for listing related videos, and maybe another one for personal videos. So again, your consumer sees some kind of variety. However, everything is still in this semi-consistent vein, especially in regards to the branded logo that appears for your business. And the reminder for that consumer is, right, there's multiple types of content that I can visit and get on this channel. But to answer that question, I can easily, if you email me, May, I can point you to, depending on what that business card looks like, we can talk about, you know, what kind of title card might work specifically for you and your, because I know you already have a brand established. So why don't you and I talk about that one-on-one? Feel free to email me just as a reminder so I have that. Are there any other questions I can answer? Jeff, did I answer? I feel like I answered your question, but if I need to go over that again, please let me know. I will put, let's say, 15 seconds on the clock. Everybody feel free. May, you've got your hand up. Is there another question?
Yeah. How do you, okay, so I have a new YouTube video and I have the link, but I want to share it on Instagram. And I spent the whole evening trying to get it on there because it's like 1 minute and 30 seconds. So how do I do that? Somebody said I have to put it in my bio or whatever, but I just wanted to, like you went on Facebook, look at my video, click here.
Right. So for Instagram, what you need to do is put the video on your phone. So download it to your phone or like upload it to OneDrive or Dropbox or iCloud, whatever you're using, and then download it on your phone. Mm-hmm. Once the video is on your phone, you can upload it to Instagram. And so I have an Android, and my Instagram app will automatically push that to what's called IGTV. It's part of the Instagram platform that uploads videos that are longer than 60 seconds. It still is a part of your channel, but is on, it will post, let me see if I can, because normally the camera kind of follows my actual face, but let's see if it, so if I show my channel for a second, if you see here, there's little icons like this one that are a still shot that will open up to a video. This video has a little button right at the bottom. 30 seconds of this video will play on its own, but when you click on it, that little icon, it will open up to the full video in its entirety on Instagram TV, which is also a part of that channel. You can also download the short drink of water for that long walk, because you can also download the direct IGTV app, which will allow you just to manage all of the videos you are uploading that are 1 minute or longer on your channel independently of the rest of your Instagram. Either or will work just fine. It's just whatever works more comfortably for you. But what you need to do is just download that video to your phone, and then you'll upload it from your phone to that channel.
Okay, I'll try it.
Yeah. If you have problems with that, again, email me, May, and we can do a one-on-one, and I can kind of walk you through that.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions that I can help you guys with? All right, I am going to keep rambling towards the end here. If any questions pop up, I